My name is Xueyan Sha, just call me Sha. I'm the senior rice breeder with the Rice Research Extension Center in Stuttgart. Our program, very comprehensive program. We working on all classes of rice, including long grain, medium grain, short grain, and aromatic rice. Meanwhile, we are also working on two herbicide technologies, Clearfield and Pavisia. As we always do, we are working on the pure line or inbred variety. We also working on hybrids. In the last 2 years, released 6 new varieties. 3 of them are long grain, 2 of them are medium grain, 1 aromatic jasmine type rice. I'm gonna talk 4 of them. I'm gonna leave 2 for Dr. Christian de Guzman later on. I'm gonna start with long grain. About 2 years ago, we released the Ozark, the conventional long grain. What's about this Ozark? Ozark, of course, got a yield potential. In the yield trial conducted in Middle South, both on station and on farm, over 100 trials, Ozark consistently yield 10 bushels more than Diamond. Also, its yield very comparable to DG 263. So agronomically, Ozark matures probably 1 to 2 days later than Diamond, about 3 to 4 days later than DG 263, and the hybrids like 753. It's got a very erect plant type, very dark green, typical Arkansas plant type. It's got very stiff straw. Lodging tolerance is comparable to Diamond or Lloyd J. On the disease side, it's a slight improvement, especially on the sheath blight and blast over Diamond. It's also similar in the reaction to bacterial panic blight and the Cercospora. On the quality or milling, it's about 2% higher compared to the Diamond. On the head rice yield, grain quality is beautiful. People always looking for 7mm rice, milled rice. This Ozark is very close to 7.0 millimeter. So we're very excited about this variety. If you plant a Diamond or Lloyd J before, you liked it, or you tried the Dynagrow 263, or you're looking for change, recommend or suggest you to try that out on this Ozark. We do have lots of seeds that should be available next year. It definitely going to improve your economic return or improve your bottom line. On the other long grain variety, we released the PVL04, PVL04. It's a Pavisia variety. This is the first Pavisia variety developed by Division of Ag. We came into the game very late. We started breeding in 2019. In 4 years period of time, we had 1 variety released. So Pavisia variety got different class of herbicide, ACCA class. The first generation variety PVL 102 released starting in 2017. You all probably know the herbicide activity very high level tolerance, but a yield potential is still kind of behind the Clearfield conventional until the new release called the PVL3 by LSC. Seems the yield potential is much improved, but this PVL4 we actually have at least competitive yields. Actually, what we saw in Arkansas, Blue Hill, Missouri, we do have 5 to 10 bushel yield advantage over PVL3. Its plant type, you can see, is semi-dwarf. It's about 2 days later compared to PVL3. Disease package is excellent. Have the PITA, PITA for blast, PIK for blast. Based on LSC's market data, we do have a gene for Cercospora resistance. So Horizon Ag did put out about 300 acre seed production. They plan for a soft launch in 2024. One thing I forgot to mention is the milling yields of PVL4. Milling is as good as the PVL3 based on the recent results from southwest Louisiana. PVL3 is the best milling variety in Louisiana. I believe that PVL4 going to be comparable, maybe slightly better. I got a fairly long corner, over 7.0 millimeter, fairly low chop. I'm going to switch gear to the medium grind. We do have 2 medium grind lilies. Taurus is fairly good yield potential. We talk about maybe 5 to 10% yield advantage over both Jupiter and the Titan. Agronomically, Taurus is a true semi-dwarf, shorter than both Jupiter and the Titan. Maturity-wise, about 3 days earlier than Jupiter, about 3 days later than Titan. Large in Taurus, it's better than Jupiter, going to be between the Jupiter and Titan. Disease package-wise, going to be a slight improvement over both Jupiter and the Titan on blast. Sheath blight is comparable. Bacterial panic blight maybe slightly less compared to the Jupiter, the best you can get on the bacterial panic blight. Cercospora, I believe we have much improved tolerance to Cercospora. Taurus is in the seed production. We believe we're going to have a limited seeds around next year, maybe for launch in 2025. The milling of Taurus is really good, fairly good meal. Head rice yields at a low 60, close to mid 60. It's definitely going to be better than the Titan. Grind quality is good, fairly low chalk. Calyx, actually, I got a chance to look at that. Of course, not for formal approval, but they look pretty closely. They like what they saw. So we're going to work very closely with Calyx, hopefully getting this approved, form approved as soon as possible. The other medium grind will release the CLM05. It's a Clearfield medium grind. About 4 or 5 years ago, we released the first Division Act Clearfield medium grind CM04. So compared to the CM04, the CM05 has significant yield advantage. We talk about 10 to 15 bushels yield advantage. CM04 may be the variety which might catch up with the conventional medium grind on the yield potential like Jupiter, comparable. But CM05 is going to be step up, actually competitive, consistently showing the yield advantage of a conventional counterpart like Jupiter or Titan. So we had agronomically, the CM05 have a similar maturity compared to the Jupiter. The plant height's about 2 inches taller, just similar to Titan, but probably 3 to 4 inches shorter than the CM04. Milling quality, just like a Titan, not quite as good as Jupiter. Disease packages, it's very comparable to the Jupiter. The lodging tolerance is much better than both Jupiter and Titan. So this variety, we have 5-acre foundation seed growing in Pine Tree Station. Horizon Ag going to be ramping up the seed, so we're looking for commercial launch in 2025. With that, I going to touch a little bit on my potential in the pipeline. We do have a long-grain experimental line which is showing even better yield potential compared to the Ozark. We're looking for have a foundation seed production next year for the potential release after that. On the Pavizia side, we do have a number of lines which show even higher yield potential compared to the PVL4. It's a traditional stature like Wells, like a Diamond Ozark. In our preliminary in-house trial showing significant yield advantage. We We continue to ramp it up, evaluation and a seed purification, hopefully make it available, release it, make it available to you soon. On the hybrids, we work diligently, made lots of progress, especially in the last 2 years. We got a number of lines showing very good potential. All of them are smooth leaf, smooth grain, got a good blast resistance, and also have very good quality compared to the predominant hybrid rice in production. So we're excited about that. With that, I appreciate the support from Arkansas Rice Grow through the checkoffs. Thank you.